copyright 1964. I see it's a collection of essays. Essays by different people, okay, from different universities, academia. Okay. Christopher Hitchens, Thomas Paine's Rights of Man. Sort of, isn't it? Sort of about right. It's good. It is about the rights of man. It's Hitchens. That's what it is. In fact, I haven't finished it. I'm only on page 65. Oh no. Yes, I think I have finished it because I'm clear that I've dog-eared the last page. Notes on debates in the Federal Convention of 1787. That was the Constitutional Convention when they made the Constitution. It's the most complete rendering we have of the events. Thomas Jefferson, A Life by William Stern Randall. I started that, but you know, the first probably, let's see, how far did I make it? 52 pages. The first probably 300 or 400 pages is boyhood and very early life. I mean, the first 50 pages is hardly, he's not even grown up yet. Thomas Jefferson Reader. This has got stuff from Jefferson himself, so I thought that's going to be great to have. If I remember right, it has essays or something too. Let me check real quick. Wow, just everything but his letters, his major writings besides letters. No essays, no fluff there. That's just Jefferson. Or, oh, this is shipped from Utah. I've had that for a while. Probably got it for 10 or 15 bucks maybe. The Americans, The Colonial Experience by Daniel J. Boorstin. Coming of the Revolution, 1763 to 1775 by Lawrence Henry Gibson. And the years building up to it. The New England Merchants in the 17th Century. This is 1600s, so that's clear back. The Americans, The National Experience by Daniel J. Boorstin. Is that the same? The Colonial Experience and the National Experience. Huh. I never noticed that the difference in the title particularly. I thought I had two bindings of that. I've read one of those. I don't recall which one. It's a hard binding in Utah. Pete Oliver's Origin and Progress of the American Revolution, a Tory view. Tories, like, there's the Tories and then the other guys. There's like Republicans and Democrats, so it's like a Republican view of something or other. Fabric of Freedom, Esmond Wright, 1763 to 1800. I thought that was an interesting date to choose to go to, clear up to 1800, past when the you know, clear into the first president and stuff like that. 1961, so that might be good. The Rise of Big Business, 1860 to 1910, falling mostly in the pre-1900 boundary, so we put it there. Probably a socialist screed, but we'll see. The Cultural Life of the New Nation, by Russell Blaine Nye, 1776 to 1830. Cultural Life of the New Nation. Sounds good. For $1. Right? Railroads and Regulation, 1877 to 1916. Gabriel Kolko. A fascinating account of the role of railroad leaders themselves in the struggle over regulation. That has got to be a gem. And in fact, I'm 5-6 pages into it. Got quite a few notes in the margins. Oh, I made it through the introduction and stopped at chapter 1. Someday, if you're interested, you know, donate and I'll get around to it quicker. Tests and Protests, the influence of Consumers Union. You've all seen that little UL, Underwriters Laboratory. This is about that sort of stuff. So for $1, it's worth having, I think. What if you want to know about that? Someday I will have the motivation or reason to pick it up. Another thing about this huge American, there are a lot of books here about American history. And I've only got 4 here left. I haven't allowed myself to put much attention to it because I first needed, I thought, to know a lot about ancient history, Greece, Rome, the Middle Ages, and the Renaissance before I study in depth American history. I thought that I'll appreciate it better, and I think that's going to be true. So I'm reaching the point, though, where I will be able to study America very closely, and that's going to be an exciting period because I know so much about the rest of history up to the Renaissance. I need to hit now the Renaissance in America hard. Okay, American Historical Documents, edited with introduction by Harold C. Syrett. It's a fascinating one. Published in 1960, reissued 1970. I mean, it starts off with the first charter of Virginia from April 10, 1606. Fantastic. Be nice to have on the shelf when the day comes that I need it. President Nixon's speech on federal welfare program, page 426. That's interesting. I don't know. There must be a lot of crap in there too then. But Jefferson, the president, first term, 1801 to 1805. Dumas Malone. Thomas Jefferson by Christopher Hitchens. Page 20. I didn't make it far into that. Prefer to listen to him. The Young Jefferson, 1743 to 1789, by Claude G. Bowers, B-O-W-E-R-S, published 1945. Interesting, right at the end of World War II. There we go. That is my American history section. Pre-1900. Next will be the generally post-1900 section. Okay, the next section, supposedly from America from 1900 forward, just to mock my ability to make these sort of arbitrary categories to try to get my library to fit on my shelves. Just to mock that, here's the first book, The Search for Order, 1877 to 1920. So it goes, the title actually places it over top my category in one category and the other. You know, I could use the Dewey Decimal System or whatever, 1,000 different subjects and categories, but I just never, it just doesn't, that's not practical, not for a small number of books that are collected under my interests and so on. A People and a Nation, A History of the United States, Volume A, up to 1877. Obviously a textbook. For $1, I don't mind having resources around. The Reagan Administration Human Rights Act in I was going to say, by the way, there are a few books in here. So this is up to 1877. That goes in the other pile. Inadvertently, these things get mixed, and I don't go through and rehearse this video before I do it, do I? The Reagan Administration Human Rights Record, 1984. The Public Image of Big Business in America, 1880 to 1940. Again, mocking my ability to distinguish between pre- and post-1900. Era of Excess, the Social History of the Prohibition Movement. There, that fits nicely in the 1900s. Politics, Reform and Expansion, 1890 to 1900. That should be in the other. See, maybe that's one of the ones. This one is one of the ones. The Wild Frontier ends in like 1880. Battle of Wounded Knee. No, that's by William M. Osborne. I do want to say something about that. It's if you think the Indians were nice and they shared things and they were nice, forget it. Okay, read this. There's another book, The Plains, The Great Plains by William Prescott Webb, I think. Brilliant. If you think the Indians were good guys, get these books and read them. The Extraordinary Story of the Transformation of a City, Washington Goes to War by David Brinkley. What is this? Is this about World War II? Yes, this is from the fall of Poland in 1939. Okay. Published in 1988. $1. Take it home, you know. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it, but I've got it. Yankee from Olympus, Justice Holmes and His Family by Bowen. Justice Holmes.